Megan, I've been doing this since 1996, and tonight is a special moment. I've never tested in any primary debate a line that scored as well as this. It was all about what was wrong with the CNBC moderators and what's wrong with the media. The best line of the entire debate is the one you're going to hear right now.
The questions that have been asked so far in this debate illustrate why the American people don't trust the media. This is not a cage match. And you look at the questions. Donald Trump, are you a comic book villain? Ben Carson, can you do math? John Kasich, will you insult two people over here? Marco Rubio, why don't you resign? Jeb Bush, why have your numbers fallen? How about talking about the substantive issues people care about? Does this count?
So let's ask the question, how many of you think CNBC should be ashamed of what they did tonight? Let's hear you. Yes. How many of you are angry about it? Yes. So what's the problem?
They're arrogant. They don't respect the process of a presidential debate. They ask got-you questions.
What's the issue?
I'm angry. They should be ashamed of themselves, but I'm also grateful because then it got the fire in the bellies of the candidates going, and I appreciated that.
So you thought it made them perform better?
Yes.
I'd vote those moderators most annoying, but I thought the candidates shown it was a game changer for the candidates.
So you're pleased about it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I thought that they asked questions to try and provoke provocative, sensationalistic answers rather than substantive, factual, thoughtful answers.
I think that the unintended consequences, it showed the media's true colors, and by the end of it, I thought they were all united as candidates. They weren't fighting with each other, which is exactly what the media wanted them to do. And it actually turned out well.
So I need to ask you about Ted Cruz, because he's the one who launched it. Who had a positive reaction to Ted Cruz tonight? Raise your hands. Almost all of you. What was so positive?
He came out against the media, which has been framing these questions to show it in a light that they want it to, and he turned it around on them and showed it the true light that they're working for the Democratic Party.
Really?
Yes.
You think they're in the tank for the Democrats?
And I thought that for years.
How many of you think that? Raise your hands if you think that. That's not so good. Troy?
I think this particular time it was the Newt response from the last election. I mean, it hit right home. And I think it's going to hit with the...
And you know that Newt won the South Carolina primary after doing the same
absolutely.
thing. Tell me why. What's up with Ted Cruz and your response to him?
Well, I think he did very well tonight. In past debates, I wasn't too impressed, but I think he did very well tonight, and he kind of kicked it off. And the moderators were just, like, very disrespectful.
You're the youngest voter in this crowd. Your reaction to Cruz?
This is the first night that I've really been interested in Ted Cruz because I hadn't really watched him before because he was so toward the kind of evangelical crowd. But I felt that now that he's talking about economics more, that he's much more on my radar.
One more.
I came in here tonight as a Ben Carson fan. I'm still a fan, but now I'm all about Ted Cruz. He's my man now.
Did anyone else move towards Ted Cruz tonight? Raise your hands. Last comment. Why'd you move?
I think he really framed the whole opposition, and it's the media.
You guys agree with that?
Yes.